All right, so we're gonna start standing with that ball in our hands. Place it between those thighs. We're gonna start with some warm-up squats. Yeah. Reaching forward and back. Inhale, exhale. How about press into that ball as you come up tall? 8 and 7, 6, 5. Here's 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Grab that ball, connect your heels. Take that ball to your side, bring the opposite arm up. Slide that ball down as a lovely side stretch happens and come back up. We'll inhale, keep those hips still, and exhale. 2 more. Slide that ball down an inch or 2. Use your abdominals to come back up. And then bring that ball straight up and take it down to the other side. We'll inhale, stretch, and exhale up. Make sure you lengthen up taller before you side stretch. Inhale and exhale, and 1 more. Inhale and exhale, bring that ball straight up. We'll nod that chin to our chest. Our lovely roll downs, peeling that back off that imaginary wall. Press into the ball, pull yourself up. Bend your elbows, row it up, press it up. Nod that chin to your chest. We peel vertebra by vertebra off that wall. More weight on your toes and your heels. Press into your ball. Tucking that tail. Upright row. Press it up, and 1 more time. Inhale. 2, exhale. Pressing into that ball. Those arms are just hanging there as we pull back up. Okay, so facing the center of the room, walk back to one end of your mat and have all this mat in front of you, and take the ball between your heels, or ankles, say. And I'm still in my little Pilates V. I'm gonna walk my hands down. 4, 3, 2. If you can't touch the floor, I want you to bend your knees. And let's walk out in 3 counts to a plank. 1, 2, and 3. The ball should still be tight. We're squeezing lemons in those armpits. Your back is holding up the ceiling. I feel almost every muscle in my body working. Pike that seat up and walk those hands back for 3 and 2 and 1. Hold here. Let's walk it back out. 3, 2, 1. Good. Hold. Feel muscles. Pike that seat up. Try not to move from your hips. Move from the core. We come back for 3, 2, 1. Let's walk out one more time. 3, 2, 1. Now instead of walking our hands back, let's just pike that seat up, pressing through those hands, and then reaching back out to a plank. We'll inhale as we lift up, and we'll exhale as we come forward. This time, let's press up, and let's take our left hand to our right shin, and then come back out into that plank. Okay? Let's pike up again. Let's take our right hand to our left shin, and then bring it back out to a plank. We pike up, left hand to right, back to your plank. Pike up, head between those arms, right hand to left, bring it back out. Let's just do 1 more each side. I inhale, exhale, inhale, to exhale. Last one, pike up, inhale, exhale, reach, inhale, exhale, lower to your knees and stretch back. I'm gonna relax those shoulders, so reach those arms behind me, make cups with your hands. Lovely. Good, now I'm gonna slide that ball to between my thighs, and I'm still in this quadruped position. Feel free to go onto your forearms. Now get those legs a little closer together, so feel that pressure already on that ball. Instead of having your feet flat, I'm gonna curl those toes. I'm gonna inhale, on the exhale, squeeze into the ball, round the back, and peel those knees off the mat. And they're just parallel to the floor. And I'll lower them back down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, I'll add nodding the chin to my chest, rounding, scooping, squeezing, and lifting. Hold. Don't hold the breath. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale, eyes to belly, squeeze into the ball, round your spine, press through those hands, squeeze those armpit muscles. We'll lower back down and just give me one more inhale to prepare. Exhale, nod the chin to your chest, round, squeeze, and lift and breathe. And we'll come back down and do another child's pose and reach those arms behind me, curl the hands towards the wrists. Good. Okay, keep the ball between the knees. We're going to flip over. And here we are. Anytime you want to take that ball and place it behind you to support your back, very fine. The weights, we're going to have one on each side of our mat, so they're ready. All right, hands go behind those thighs. We're going to round back, scooping that navel towards the back. Relax those shoulders. I'm going to take one arm up and take it down. Other arm. So you're going to hold on to that leg as much as you need to. And here I'm in this rounded C curve. Shoulders are melted. Ball is tight. I'm going to inhale up, exhale down. Maybe you just have the hand right against the leg and not using that hand to help hold you there. Let's take both arms. Inhale to exhale. Keep that ball tight. Let those muscles in your body help hold you here for 4. And 3, we're not done. And 2. Now bring those arms out parallel. And we're going to take one arm to the front of the room. I'm going to follow it. So it's out like a T and come back in. And then I follow the other arm out like a T and come back in. Make sure those shoulders are connected to your back. Make sure your navel is pressing to your spine. I'm inhaling and exhaling. Inhale to exhale. One more each side. Inhale and exhale. My abdominals are starting to talk to me. And then grab behind those thighs and bring yourself back up. Take the ball underneath your toes. Now let's have the feet in parallel. I'm going to roll that ball out, lengthening my legs. Reach my arms forward. And as I'm coming down, I'll grab onto my weights and bring them up over my chest. So make sure your shoulders are down on the mat, not lifting up off the mat. And make sure those legs are together, working that central line. The core is drawing in and up. I'll nod my chin to my chest. The weights will start to peel me slowly off the floor. As I'm coming up, I want you to bend your knees and then sweep your arms up. And then slowly retrace your steps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, eyes to belly. Inhale. Bend those knees. Exhale, sweep those arms up. Retrace those steps. Now, if coming all the way up is not for you, just take your head and shoulders maybe. Or maybe keep your head on the floor and just draw those knees in and out. So there's so many different ways to do this to make it work for your body. And try to keep that central line connected. So keep those thighs connected, sides of your feet connected. Last one, nod, don't drag that head, find that lower back. Now come back into a diagonal. So I just started to push my feet out a little bit. And I'm going to bring my arms back up with me and then back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, it's like you're in that teaser position. Whoop. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale to exhale. And 1 more. I want you to hold it here, straighten your legs, and now round forward. Drop the weights to the floor. Grab onto your ankles and pull your head and chest closer towards your legs. Yes. Stack your spine. Bend your knees. Straddle the ball with your feet. Slide those weights back so they're there. And roll yourself all the way back. Take your time. Melt those shoulders. Good. And stretch the legs long and reach those arms behind you. Getting a nice stretch in the whole body. My spine is arching off the floor. I'm going to circle my arms out to the side. Hug those knees in towards your chest. And here my back is nice and heavy again. Take the ball into your hands and take your legs all the way out into a Pilates stance. Reach that ball behind you, but keep the ribs closed and try to keep the back heavy. It's not going to imprint as much, but we're going to draw that navel in. So my right arm is going to take the ball. I'm going to circle my arms, and I'm going to bring my right knee into my chest and pass it to my left hand, and then retrace my steps. The ball's behind me. So now my left hand's going to have the ball. I sweep my arms out, nod my chin to my chest. Behind that knee, I take the ball, and I reach my arms back, and my right hand keeps that ball. I circle around. Inhale, I'm going to start to pick up the pace. Left hand, left knee. Never dragging the head off the mat. Always tuck the chin to your chest first. And keep those ribs knitting in. No popping ribs. Exhale to inhale. Exhale to inhale. Left hand, left knee. Now, another variation. I'm going to take 2 knees. I crunch it in and reach it back out. And then my left hand passes to the right, and I come back out. My right hand passes to the left, I come back out. Don't forget the breath. Exhale and inhale. One more side. Inhale. Good. And then reach the arms for your shins and pull those knees in. If your neck needs a little stretch, look to one side of the room and then the other. Good. Put that ball underneath the right foot. The other foot is parallel to that ball. And I want you to roll that ball out and use your abdominals to pull it back in and the back of the thigh. And then we'll add that glute in as well to pull that ball back in. So it's like there's a puppet string from your heel to your navel. And for that heel to come back in, that belly's got to pull in and up. I reach it long, I bring it in strong. I reach, I inhale out, I exhale in. 2 more. I want you to feel those belly muscles working to bring that leg back in. So now both knees are bent. I'm going to lift my spine as 1 count. Lift it up and bring it down. Do that again. And down. Squeeze and lower. So I'm squeezing my seat. I'm squeezing those armpit muscles. I'm making sure the back of my arms and shoulders are pushing down. And lastly, I want you to focus on these inner thighs. I want you to hold this one up, roll the ball out, and bring it in. 7 more. Inhale, exhale. 6. You can lower that bridge anytime. And we'll go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll lower that down. I'm going to grab that ball and put it behind the right knee. Good. I'm going to take hand over hand behind my head. I'm going to slide the left leg straight out. I'm going to tap these right toes down. And as I bring that knee back in, I'm going to crunch up. I tap the toes. Elbows are wide. And I'd rather have your hands hand over hand versus clasped. Always want length in the body. Now, if you want to make this harder, give me 2 more. Now cue what you're going to do with your left leg. So hold this up for a second if your head is lifting. And I'm going to hover that left leg. Then I'm going to do 8 more. Inhale, exhale. And again, you never have to lift your head. You can just be doing the legs. So this should be more of a challenge and also engaging that left butt cheek a little bit more now to help stabilize that leg. 3 and 2. Hold this one up and give me little pulses. 8 and 7. Back is heavier now. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug everything in. Put the ball underneath your left foot, and my right foot is parallel to that ball. Arms reaching long to your side. Good. I'm going to roll that ball out and bring it in. So notice how I cued, bring it in. And that's your core, bringing that ball back in, the back of the leg, a little bit of that glute. So it's not just rolling that ball in and out. Work the muscles. Remember the puppet string. Whoop. Between that heel to that navel. 2 more. 1 more. And hold this one in. So now we're going to do 8 bridges, single counts. I exhale up, inhale down. Inner thighs have got to be activated. Otherwise, there's not a lot of stability going on in that leg. I lift. I'm scooping as I lift, firing my glutes, hamstring. And 2. Now, if you're able, hold this one up, and we'll roll that ball out and in. 8, resist. 7, 6, those hips should be in a straight line, shoulders pushing down, and 4, and 3, good, and 2, and 1, and lower down. Okay, put that ball behind that left knee. Take hand over hand behind the head if you're going to be crunching up. Okay, so we're going to slide the right leg straight out. It's going to stay on the floor for now. Tap your left toes to the floor, and then crunch up with control. Inhale, exhale. I'm looking for those elbows to be nice and wide. I'm holding an apple under that chin. I'm breathing, I'm exhaling. Now in 3 more, I'll give you that extra credit option, but you don't have to take it. I'll hold this one up and I'm going to hover that leg. Now I'll do the same thing. Tap, inhale, exhale. Don't rush because you're trying to get through this set quicker. And 4, make sure both glutes are firing now. And 3, and 2. I'm going to hold this one up, little pulses. 8, 7, 6. Feel no strain to your neck. 3, 2, pull everything in. Relax those shoulders. You can rock it side to side if you want a massage to the kidneys and the spine. Why not? And then we're going to take that ball out, lengthen your legs, and sit all the way up. Round forward, let the head rest heavily, and just reach those arms long. Good. Okay, bring it back up, bend your knees. We're going to take that ball behind us and just slightly below mid-back. Got long hair, make sure you lift it up before you lay back on that ball. My forearms will come to the floor. Now my forearms being on the floor is not going to just let me collapse like this. So I want chest lifted, navel in and up, and I want you to tabletop these legs. If this is too hard, I will show you another modification for this. So I'm going to tap my right toes, my left toe. So if this is too hard for the back of the hips, start with your feet down. And you will lift instead of lowering. So take your time, you're either tapping the floor down or lifting the leg to table. Good. Chest is open, neck is relaxed. Shoulders are heavy, belly is scooping. So you can see in every exercise we do, there is so much going on. You've got to stay focused and connect that mind to your body. I go for 4 more each leg. Don't rush. Can you feel your abdominals holding you there? But the forearms are helping a little bit. And 2, and 2, and 1, and 1. 2 feet down, hands behind your head, and if you're able, go over that ball. Now be careful if you suffer from vertigo. A lot of times that does not go well, having your head way back here. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest, Make sure the hair is not in the way. Slide your butt towards your heels so that ball is more towards the shoulder blades. So that should make your chest a little bit lighter to hold up. Neck issues, you can put the ball behind your head like a pillow or get rid of the ball completely. I'm going to hug my knees in, shoulders are relaxed, eyes to navel. I'm going to take my hands behind my head once again. My right knee comes in as my left leg goes out for single leg stretch. And switch, and switch. Once I've got you moving and we're moving correctly, I'm going to cue the breath. So it's inhale for 2, exhale 2. Inhale 2, exhale 2. Try to make sure that knee is staying on this track, coming straight in, not turning out. So that's going to require some flexibility, mobility in those hips. We try to work through that and try to achieve good form. Inhale, you're inhaling for 2, exhaling, one more set. Can you feel the abdominals, but not the back? Knees in and let them drop down. Let your knees open up to release the hip flexors, and I'll stretch over the ball. You choose if that's for you or not. Enjoy that nice release. I'll nod my chin back to my chest, bring my legs back together, and draw my knees into my center. So I'm going to press both legs out to a Pilates stance, and I'll come back into parallel. Wrap your thighs, squeeze everything you got, exhale, come back in. Your glutes have got to be part of this when those legs are way out there. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, to exhale. I'm not changing the shape of my spine, where my neck is, where my shoulders are, but you better be scooping in and up as you press out and away. 2 more. You can take those legs higher, you can do one leg at a time. I'll take those feet back down and enjoy this great stretch. Good. All right, so now we're going to change where the ball is. I'm going to come back up, take my hands behind my thighs, and bring myself up. Good. Grab onto that ball, lie all the way down. All right, check in with your body. Make sure your neck is okay, your back is okay, the hips are okay. I want you to bring your knees in first, get your back nice and heavy. Zip those legs up and turn the toes away and the heels together. Take the arms out like a T and have the ball into your right hand. You're going to bring the right leg towards you for scissors. I'm going to take the ball behind the right leg, and then my left hand has it. I'm out like a T, and I'll bring the left leg towards me and out like a T. Right leg comes towards me, I pass it to the left, and the left leg comes towards me, and I just pass it to the other hand. I come under and pause. Under that thigh and pause. Good. And my head is staying down, the back of my head is firmly pressing into the floor. I'm trying to reach those toes along that ceiling. Yep. Now, I'm going to take it behind the right leg, pause. Here, I'm going to nod my chin to my chest, and I'm going to move a little quicker, and it's not going to go out to a T anymore. It's just going to go out so I can get around the other leg. I'm exhaling every time my leg comes up towards me. Yep. You can have your head down or head up. It's up to you. And I go for 4 and 3. Keep your back imprinting on that mat. 2, 1. Yay. Hug it in. Woo. How do we do? Okay. Let's bring those legs back up to 90. Good. The ball straight up. Again, I will be lifting my head. You don't have to ever lift your head, okay? So I'm going to crunch up. I'm going to tap the ball with my shins and then come back down. So my arms are straight up over my chest. Nod the chin to your chest. Ball on the shins. head back down. Now you can keep doing this. I'm going to add on. Shins. Just let the right leg fall down. Bring it up and then release. That's 1. I curl back up. Now my left leg is going to go down. Keep that ball and that shin pressing into each other. Come back up and release. Right leg. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch up. Left leg. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale, release. Exhale, crunch. Right leg. Down. Up. Left leg. I'm going to change it. You don't have to. Both legs are going to leave the shin, or the ball. Both legs leave the shin. And back down. So I lift up the balls against my shins. Both legs go down. You choose how far. Touch the ball. Release the ball from the shins. Nod that shin to your chest. Inhale. You can only go as low as your back stays heavy. Does that make sense? You don't have to lift your head. Inhale as I lower. Exhale. Can you feel anything working? Yes. Lift up. Exhale. Inhale. And now release. Let your knees go to one side. I'm going to look to the opposite side, so also stretch my neck. And then let's go to the other side. Wasn't that amazing? That felt great. Yes. Okay, put your ball down. Hug those knees in. So we're going to do our crisscross. Shoulders are relaxed. By pulling my knees towards me, my back is nice and heavy. Keep that heaviness. Exhale, nod that shin to your chest. Shoulder blades are off the mat, the base of my shoulder blades on. Hand over hand behind that head. I want you to twist towards me. That opposite leg that you're not looking at is going to push away. Keep the elbows wide, keep your shoulders high. Switch and hold. And again, that knee is on that track again. Switch, exhale. And I'm trying to keep my shoulders off the mat. It's not easy. Pilates is never easy. And it's very hard to perfect it. And we work each class on getting a little stronger, the alignment a little better. Last one, and hands go to your side. I'm going to take a nice, lovely bridge up. I'm going to clasp my hands underneath my seat along my mat. Make sure all the parts of the foot are pressing into that mat. Lift up those hips. Reach the arms behind you. Palms up. Inhale for me. Exhale back down. Articulate. Take your time. Work through any tight spots. It's probably going to be towards that lower back area. And then hug those knees in. Woo! And let's rock ourselves up. You deserve some loveliness. Okay. So I'm going to take my legs as wide as the mat. You can bend your knees if you need to sit tall. My arms are straight. Heel of my hands are on my ball. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, nod your chin to your chest, and just melt off the wall. But I always have my shoulders connected. I'm not here. And then pull yourself up from the core, not your back. Exhale. Watch that navel go deeper as all the air gets out of your center. Shoulders are connected even deeper as I come up. I'm not leaning back. Exhale, my chin goes first, then my shoulders. Keep the back of those legs pushing heavy if your legs are straight. Zip it up. Inhale. Exhale. We'll inhale up one last time. and then exhale, release. All right, so bend your knees. Put the ball directly behind you. Make sure there's space behind you to lie down. So I'm going to choose one leg to bend in closer, and the other leg is going to straighten. I'm going to lean back on that ball. Now this foot here that's bent, that knee is bent, this foot is going to push me. I'm not going to be on my mat, so I'm going to scoot down. I'm going to push off, get my pelvis on top of the ball, and that leg comes up as I lie down. Did that make any sense? I'll do it again. So the ball was low, I lean back on it, I use this foot to drive me up on top of my ball, and here I am. Okay, bring both legs up into a Pilates stance. Now when you're on this ball, your legs tend to come floating towards you, and I want you to try to be up to a 90. If you don't have a mirror, you won't know where you are, so what I like to do is I like to put my hands flat. And I like to have my pinky resting right where the crease is where my thigh meets my hip. And if my pinky is getting smashed, or my whole hand's getting smashed, my legs are not in a 90. So your thighs should just touch the pinkies. Make sense? Okay. Once you got that, I'm going to take my arms out like a T. I'm going to float my legs together a little bit to the right and back to center. And a little bit to my left, and the palm is going up or down. And I'm going to float to the right, come back up. I'm going to float to the left. Another option for your arms is right to your side. I'll float a little bit to my right, come back up, and I'll float a little bit to my left. Nothing else is going with me. So now I'm going to add on into corkscrew. So I'm going to take my legs, they're in a Pilates V, to the right, down, around to the left, and center. And then go back to the left to come back around to the right, hold center. To the right, you're choosing how low to go and how far to go out. So I want you to keep that spine heavy. I want you to keep the hips still. And I want you to move your legs from your core to the left. Inhale. Exhale. To the right. Use your core. Squeeze those legs together. Even the glutes are firing as those legs are at the furthest point away from us. To the right. Inhale. To exhale. To the left. Inhale. To exhale. Bend those knees. One foot is down. Push off those arms and sit back up. Did that work? Yeah? Okay, just another way of getting off and on the ball. You don't have to do it that way. I just think sometimes it's easier. Okay, balls back in my hands. I'm going to take my legs just a little wider than my mat, just a little bit. Try to sit up tall, if not, bend your knees. Hand, left hand, or whichever hand is closest to the screen, put it on the ball. Push the ball to that inner thigh, opposite of that hand. And I want you to reach along that inner thigh as you look back at the opposite arm reaching behind you. Bend that elbow to bring the ball back in. The other hand pushes the ball against the inner thigh. My torso goes with it. As I go forward with my arm, my other arm goes back, and I look at that back arm. I zip back up. Twist a little bit. Shh. This is saw. You're sawing off your toe. It's usually our baby toe, but we're on the inside of our thigh, so it's more like our big toe. Bring it back up from the core. Rotate. Look at your back hand, because that's going to give you the rotation, the twist. Bring it back up. Try to sit taller. We'll do one more each side. Exhale forward. Inhale to come up and switch. And then we exhale. And we're up. Okay, so let's get into a quadruped position. And I want you to put the ball behind your right. It's like ankle, a little bit of shin, but it's not way up to the knee. Okay? And I want you to take your other foot forward. Yeah? All right, so I'm going to lunge forward a little bit. Now making sure I'm pushing this heel into the floor. I'm going to use my core to bring that knee that's got the ball off. And I'm going to bring that ball in and out to where I just came from. In and out. You can be on knuckles. You can roll up that mat for your hands. I drive in, and my spine is going to round, and the belly is going to scoop as that knee comes forward. And I'm not reaching that leg too far away. And I go for 3. Nothing else is moving but that leg, by the way. 2. Now hold it in. I'm rounded. Give me little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let that leg go out. My toes will touch. I'm forgetting about the ball. I'm just going to get some nice length in that hip flexor. Yes. And then let that knee come back to the floor and come up to that high knee. Okay, bring that knee back. Put the ball behind the opposite ankle, a little bit of the shin. Okay. And I take the other foot forward, so I'm on my right foot forward. I'm going to go into this little lunge. My hands will come down each side of my foot. It's in the front. Using your core, I'm going to pull that knee off the mat. And I'm going to round it in, whoop, and then add a little bit. Try not to have that ball with too much weight from that foot. I exhale in, inhale out. I feel my abdominals pulling that knee forward. I hope you do too. Make sure your front foot is flat. And I'm rounded. And 3. And 2. Hold this one in. Little baby pulses. 8 and 7, 6 and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way back. Forget about the ball. Just get that lovely stretch. And I'll lower that knee back down. I come to this high kneel, and I bring my leg back. Okay, so we're going to go onto our stomachs. I'm going to move my weights a little bit more forward. And here we go for swan. Love swan. All right, if you can't have the arms reaching long, you'll bend your arms and place your hands right by your armpit. So I'm going to lengthen my arms in line with my shoulders. My navel is pulling in away from the mat. My legs are sits bone width apart. My navel has to keep pulling in to stay with the core being engaged. Now connect those shoulders to your back. And then start to lift up your chest as those shoulders go towards your heels. And then my head is along for the ride. As my chest is lifting, my back is lifting me up. And then exhale, pull your navel away from the mat. Shoulders are connected to your back. Inhale, up. Exhale, and my wrists, they're staying straight. I'm not coming down like this on my ball. Okay, so make sure you have length. You want length. So it's not, you're not pushing down, you're reaching back. So if your heel of your hands are going down like this, you're not connecting those shoulders probably to your back. So connect them, roll them down, and then exhale. Now, can we bring the legs together? Kick your seat 3 times. 1, 2, 3. As the legs straighten, come up into your swan. Lower as I'm just about to come all the way down, kick. 1, 2, they're tiny, they're quick. Good. And inhale, 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 exhale. 1 more. Try to keep your hips and pelvis still. Reach it, and release. Let go of your ball, stretch back into that child's pose position. Scoop the belly and round the back. If your wrists need a release, they can flip up. You can make cups behind you. Okay. So now I'm going to bring that ball closer towards me. And I'm going to lay it right at the top of my sternum. So it's putting me into an extension right away. I've already lifted that extension. Find that comfortable spot if you haven't found it yet. So I'm going to take my arms like little goalposts out by the sides. I'm connecting my shoulders to my back. I'm looking down at my mat so my neck is in line with my spine. I want you to press those arms straight out in front of you. Pull your arms apart. Lift the chest a little higher, squeeze your blades, and then go right back into your goalpost arms, looking down. I press out. I lift my chest. It's like my arms are pulling my chest up. I come back down and I bend my elbows. Now, if you want to try that with your weights, grab onto your weights. Shoulder issues, I wouldn't grab your weights. So here I'm on my goalpost. I'm going to punch out, pull it back to goalpost. Inhale, return. Punch, squeeze, return. Make sure your glutes are firing when you lift up that extension and your neck is along for the ride. 2 more. Reach, lift, bend. 1 more. Press, reach, bend, and release. Hands back onto that mat and stretch back into that child's pose. Scoop the belly and round the back. Give me a nice big inhale and an exhale. And 1 more inhale and exhale. Now I want you to have your toes, be able to see your toenail polish. Connect those heels, walk those hands out further, and press out to a plank. Your ball should still be on the floor. So the hand closest to the front of the room is going to grab onto that ball, and you're going to come into a side plank. Hold. Put the ball down and take your hand down. You can also do this on your forearms, okay? So the opposite hand is going to grab the ball. I'm going to open it up. I'm in a side plank. I can have my knee down to support me. And I bring it back down. The ball goes down. Hand goes down. Hand picks up the ball. Reach it up. Put it down. Connect the heels. Pick it up. Reach. Bring it down. 1 more each side. Squeeze those armpit muscles. Up. Down. And 1 more. Sweep it up. Bring it down. Take it down and release. Stretch those wrists. They deserve that. You can even rest your head on your ball if it's there. Don't fall asleep on me. Good. Okay, so let's lie on our side, and we'll have our weights close by. You never know when I'm going to tell you to grab them. So mirror me, which side I'm on. I'll do a little time check. Okay, you're more than halfway there. 15 little minutes left of that. All right, so I'm on my side. My legs are straight. If being propped up like this isn't cool for your neck or your shoulder, you can lay all the way down at any time, okay? So I'm going to take that ball behind my top leg. I'm going to slightly, just a little bit, slide this leg just a little bit to the front of my mat. And I'm going to slide this leg forward. It's going to stay right here. And I'm going to lower it down and lift it. Lower it down and lift it. So remember, I slid my knee forward first. So I'm not over this leg. I'm trying to be in front of that leg. And I'm trying to keep my leg parallel, knee and hip. Down and up. I'm pushing off my mat and making sure this is connected. No strain here, no collapse here. I go for 4 more and lift. Good. 3, 2, don't forget to breathe. Now I want you to take the ball behind, but don't take the hip with you, and then take it forward. I inhale back, exhale. exhale. And again, I'm trying to keep my knee and my hip in a straight line. I'm dusting a shelf with that inner thigh. I'm moving with control. I hope you are too. Inhale back. And try and see, can you touch this thigh towards your elbow? You don't have to. And I'm going to go back as far as I think my hip is going to stay in place. Nothing else is moving. Now I'm going to hold it behind me. I'm going to lower and lift. 7. You better be firing this glute. 6. 5. What do you do if this is hurting your shoulder? What should you do? Lie on your side. Is that hurting your shoulder?
Yeah.
Did I talk you into that? 2. Now, I want you to do some circles. So I'm going to come forward, up and around. Forward, up and around. Forward, up and around. 1 more. Hold it. Now reverse it. Back, up and forward. 3. Yes. 2. And 1. And release. Take that ball between your ankles. And now we're going to lie back down. So you can prop your head up, or you can be lying all the way down. I have my legs slightly to the front. I want you to rotate your top kneecap to face the ceiling, and we'll do a little passe. So we're going to slide it in and reach it long. We flex the hip. We extend the hip. Use your belly. That puppet string is still from that heel to your navel. Good. We bring it in. We take it out. Let's have a little bit of fun. Let's add on. Let's hold it in. Lift the legs. Lower it. Hold it out. Lift the legs. Bring it in. Lift. Down. Out. Lift. So I'm always going to push my free hand opposition, push it down as my legs lift up. And I don't want those shoulders creeping up when you lift up. And out. Down. In. Lift. And reach. 1 more set. I lift on the bend. I lift on the straight. I bend my knees and grab that ball. And I come up. How'd that go? Okay, other side. Come on, we're almost there. Don't get tired on me now. All right, so I'm sort of like in the center. I'm not all the way back. Okay, I'm going to bend my top leg. I'm going to slide my bottom leg a little bit towards the top edge. You can be propped up. You can be laying all the way down. Okay, this should be in line. So I'm going to take this knee in front, and I'm going to lower and lift. So don't open that knee to the ceiling. It should be parallel. Suck that navel in and up, down, up. I'm pushing my bottom leg into the floor. I'm squeezing a lemon with my armpit. My navel's pulling in and up. A lot of muscles are working here. So it's slightly in front, and I'm lifting it down and up, down and up, down, up. Don't feel strain in the shoulder. Lower, lift. Pay attention, keep checking in. How's my neck feel? How's my shoulder feel? How's the hip? How's the back? Do I feel my belly? Do I feel my armpit muscle working? You can't be thinking about what you're doing when you're done working out. Doesn't work like that. And 3, 2. Now hold it parallel. I'm going to inhale back, exhale forward. And again, I'm dusting that shelf, right? You want to dust that shelf. Inhale back, exhaling up. Feel that navel pressing in as that knee goes forward and you exhale. Yes. And 2. I'm gonna add, stay back, lower, lift, down, up. If your ball drops out, just means your hamstring got tired. That hamstring's holding that ball there. 3, 2, we're not done. Circles, 4 in each direction. Forward, up, and around. Oh boy. Feels a little different on this side. A little harder. It's my weaker side. Yeah. And then let's reverse it. 4, you're choosing how big to make that circle. Choose wisely. Keep that leg parallel to the floor. And then let that ball come out. Put the ball between your ankles. And we'll come down. Either prop yourself up or lay all the way down on your arm. Okay, my legs are still to the front. Hello. All right, so you're gonna do a passe, lift up, lower, and lift. Knee up, lift, press out. I don't care how high those legs are lifting, but make sure they're lifting without changing that shape. So I don't want you to lift and roll back, right? Passe. And you don't have to add the lift. If it's hurting you and not a good way, take it out. Yeah. Go your own pace if I go too fast. Good. In, lift, in, out, lift. The hands pressing flat, right? The shoulders staying connected to your back. Let's just do one more round. We do a passe, we lift, lower, press out, lift, good. Bend those knees, grab onto that ball, and we sit up. That was lovely. Okay, now we'll go to our weights. We can get a lot done in the 7 minutes we've got left. Okay, so let's start the ball behind us. It's pretty close to my back, and I'm gonna lean back into that ball. Now, if you need more support, ditch the weights, hands go behind the thighs, okay? Otherwise, I'm gonna hold my hands, palms face down, and I'm starting back on my ball. I am not going to leave the ball. I'm gonna make it fuller, and then the air back out. Now, you can choose to exhale up in your teaser prep, or inhale up. If your shoulders are getting cranky, get rid of your weights. If my arms are in the same plane as the legs, not diagonal. And I'm not reaching like this. See what I'm doing with my shoulders? I'm lifting from my core, not my shoulders. And I'm gonna go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now, if you don't need that ball for support, you're gonna put it behind or between the thighs. You are more than welcome to keep it right where it was. We're gonna add some more arms, okay? So I'm gonna start my diagonal. But this time, if I don't have that ball behind me, I'm gonna come down, I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna lower my arms to my mat, bring them up. Squeeze into the ball. I like to exhale down. Nod that shin. And press into that ball. Nod that chin. Lower those arms. Now stay here. Flip your palms. Soften your elbows. Sweep up. So again, maybe you need to sit taller. Maybe you need to put the ball back behind you. Keep the ball tight. Let your inner thighs be engaged. 3, 2, 1. Flip the palms back. Either lay on your ball or on your mat. So now we're going to add some rotation. Okay? So I'm going to bring my elbows down towards my rib cage. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest. I'm going to crunch up, rotate towards the screen, come back down. I'm going to reach the arms and tap my mat. I pull my elbows in. I nod my chin to my chest. I come up, not all the way. Rotate, center, come back down, tap the mat, nod my chin to my chest, bring it up, I'm in my diagonal, rotate, center, squeeze the ball, keep the back heavy as you touch, nod that chin to your chest, the elbows are pulling that head up, I rotate, see how my arms didn't change? Squeeze the ball coming down, we tap. Nod the chin to your chest. And tap. Last one. Nod. No momentum. Rotate. We'll tap the weights one last time and then take the weights to the floor. Okay, rock yourself up. Yay. And let's do a little mermaid stretch. So you can face me. You're on this hip. So I'll start my knee stacked so you can see which hip I'm on. It's my left, it's your right. Okay? Take the ball with you. Now take your top leg further back. And the ball's on the floor. I'm going to go over a railing. So the railing is here. I'm pulling that side of my rib cage in. Bring it up, hook onto your shin, grab onto the ball, and up and over, anchor your hip. Bring that ball back to the floor. Over the railing, keep your hips pushing down. So I shouldn't have lifted as I went over, I should have anchored. Come back up, hook, inhale, to exhale. Okay, so let's switch the legs. So now I'm on my opposite hip. My top leg comes behind me. Ball is out. So here's my railing, right? So I'm not going to plop into my railing. I'm going to almost pull away from that railing. Bring it up. Hook your hand to give you more leverage to pull you over. Take the ball back to the floor. Inhale. Don't you love mermaid? Love it. Hook on. Yes. Good. Swing those feet back around. Put the ball at your bra line. Long hair, lift it up. And I just want to finish with just a little bit of a chest opener, rib cage lengthener. And I'm just going to go over that ball. You deserve this. You worked hard today. And I'll nod my chin to my chest. Use my core to help me come up. Now I'm going to come over. Now, if you're able, I'm going to let my head rest on the mat and my arms out to the side. If that's not for you, you come up whenever you're ready, but don't come all the way over. Hands back behind your head. Nod that chin to your chest. Take your hands behind your thighs. Bring yourself up. I'm going to sit cross-legged. I'm just going to give a little more pressure, pushing those knees down, a little bit of less weight on my seat. Walk those hands forward. Let your head hang heavy. You can even rock from hip to hip. And then I'm going to pull myself back up from my core. My shoulders are going down my back. My head's going to come up. Give me a nice big inhale. And we exhale. And you have made it. Yes. Woo! Good job today. Smiles on faces. Like it.